I had an encounter 2019. I've actually been praying with fasting for years. Having served in the Assemblies of God for 36 years, I was crying for at least 15 years of the last 15 years I was there, if not 20 years, crying almost every day. Lord, please, can't you relieve me from this denomination? They have done well. They have been used to raise me to this level. But Father, I please, I beg you, can't you release me to go to the next level? Will I be marking time here forever? That was my cry for years, and heaven was silent. But in 2019, finally my cry came before God, and I had an encounter. In that encounter, I was in the main hall of the Assemblies of God at Enugu, what they call Okpoto, which is a hall of about 20 to 30,000 people used to gather for their national convention. And I was sitting on the platform with a crowd of 20, 30,000, with all the generals of the Assemblies of God on the platform. And in that dream encounter, a mighty hand came into that house and picked me out from that platform and took me out from that gathering and took me into a side room that was attached to that main house. And three men appeared: Papa Omokbai, Mozi Madugba, Bishop Dag Howard Mills. Omokbai was the speaker. He said, as you have seen yourself being taken out from the main house, you're about to leave the main system of the Assemblies of God. But you will still be attached to the Assemblies of God. You remain as their member and minister, but you will run your own ministry, just as I, Omar, am an Assemblies of God, but I'm running my own ministry. And the three of us standing here, you follow the same pattern of the three of us. This three is your calling. And he said, kneel down. And he removed a bottle of oil and poured on my head, and all three of them laid their hands, and I woke up. When I woke up, I said, Father, me, leave Assemblies of God? Thank you for answering my prayer. 2, you say I will leave Assemblies of God and run my own ministry and still be their minister. Papa, it has never happened in AG. I said, Father, do you know Assemblies of God? That the only person who has that favor is Papa Omokbai. God said you will be the second person. Write to the General Council. Ask them to release you and bless you and still allow you to run your own ministry and still be an AG minister. I wrote, as I write, I was laughing. I said, God, this thing I did write. I wrote, I said, I was shocked to receive the reply from my General Secretary that Theo, the leadership have met. We are giving you the right hand of fellowship. We are sending you forth, and we are also going to allow you to still be our minister and member. I said, eh? Now, that thing that happened, to secure that, I have to go and meet with Papa Omokbai. Atuyo gathered my venison. Did I go with you that one? I went with my wife, thank God, and handed over to him my venison. I told him, Papa, you appeared in the dream. I'm to step down and I'm to flow in the same dimension of your operation of call. Lay hand on me. And Papa Umar prayed for me. And I had to come back to Calabar, arrange my venison again to go to Port Harcourt to meet with Papa Mozi Madugba. I don't even know where he lives. I don't know his house. I don't know how to locate him. Sir, if you're not deliberate about the things that God gives you, it will slip from your hands. If you're not serious about things that God is giving to you, then you're not worthy to carry the graces of God. This these things that God gives in the dream doesn't mean he has given to you. You have to fight for it. You have to contend for it. And that was how we met Papa Mosi Madugba, handed over our venison. I was also with my wife, and he said, okay, kneel down. He took full bottle of anointing oil and poured it over my head, over the head of my wife. How will I meet the one? Bishop Dag is not even in Nigeria. That one is in Ghana. How will I? And the level he's operating is on such a very high level. Even if I go to Ghana, will I be able to meet him? And I was shocked to receive an email. That email was from his headquarters in Ghana. That said, you have been selected as one of the international board members of Bishop Dag Howard Meets, an international board member. That was how I flew all the way to Ghana. Carried also my venison and had him pray for me. That is what God showed me in the dream. I have now entered. God said, I've called you for global revival. I've called you to go from nation to nation. Sir, what God called you for, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you will not enter.